He's been able to take this beautiful geometry and architecture and spin wood in such a way that really embraces nature and creates a new space, new place, and a new environment for all of us to enjoy both the playa and, again, inside ourselves. So with that, I'd like to introduce Rob Bell.
Thank you, Betty June. And hello, everyone. You know, I pick a name like Zonotopia so that I would be last. First, let's see if we can run this thing. So I hope that in years gone by, you've all had a chance to enjoy the zones that I've been building on the playa. This is going to be my 12th burn, and I've been building art on the playa since 2009. I have always been kind of anti-theme, but this year when I heard about the cargo cult theme, I wasn't that turned off. I thought it was pretty cool. It's provocative, it's thoughtful, and it doesn't really inspire people to dress like a pirate. And also, you know, I knew about the effect. I never knew the name cargo cult, but I did know about what had happened in the South Pacific and the Pacific Islanders and the airplanes that they built. And these wooden pavilions that I built, they definitely have a kind of a similar look. They're a kind of a crude facsimile of something they could be, something that was inspired by something that someone once saw or maybe dreamt. And when you go in and you look out, then they frame the world around you and they give it a new perspective. And people do it, and I do it too. You go into the zones and they provide this new context that you can look at the world in. And it's as if you're looking for something, and you know, maybe you're looking for that thing that was the original inspiration. The second year, we built the second zone of Zonotopia. It was much larger, and it's more complete. All the panels are there. It was bigger, and in a way, you know, we're still searching for something. We're still looking for that thing, that original inspiration. What could that have been? Last year, we built the project. It was called Zonotopia and the Two Trees. And for me, it was kind of like the greatest experience I've ever had. The space that we created was enjoyed by so many people, and it was more complete than ever before. The previous 3 years, it had always been wanting to do, you know, it wasn't quite all there. And this really seemed like if you were going to be building something that was a beacon to call out to some other people or entity that you wanted to be noticed by. I felt like this was finally that thing. And at night, you know, with having the support of Burning Man, we were able to take our lighting to the next level, and this place was just this beautiful beacon that was shining all night long, and it was absolutely fabulous. So it's kind of ironic, you know, Zonotopia is a respite from a lot of the cacophony that can happen at Burning Man, and yet, in order to create it, a lot of cacophony is created. You know, right now in my studio, we're continuously cutting wood. Today I single-handedly unloaded 17 full bags of sawdust from the back of my van. And you know, our art continues to increase in its capacity and in our skill. Here we see a bunch of new connectors that have been fabricated, and you know, every time we go through this process, it gets more and more developed. So this year, we're going to see some really awesome new things. This is a prototype of a double skin with internal framing. And the zonohedral geometry that I work with, it's this beautiful space, and it's a great space of composition. and of structure and of form. It's really this awesome, awesome thing. Now this is another prototype. This is a framing system, and you can see that structure to the right is composed completely of that small inventory to the left. And you can compose a lot more than that. So this represents sort of the basis of what is to come. And you know, the greatest thing is the people, and it's the inspiration that Zonotopia provides for everyone, and for my crew especially, and for me. And this year we're thinking about, well, what if, you know, what would it be if the cargo cult planes in Melanesia, what if they worked? Like, what if a Boeing 747 did come and it did land there on the island? What would they think? And I mean, they would be happy, they would be stunned. And so that's the idea this year. It's like, what is that thing? And here it comes. It's called Zonotopia and the Quasicrystalline conjunction. And this is a type of zone. It's actually four 12 frequency spiralohedra, one nested atop three. And it is sort of that complete thing that inspired that original zone that we saw on the very first slide. And this time you're going to be able to go inside, and when you do, there's going to be passages and there'll be chambers leading to kind of mysterious areas. Because if you think about, what if those Melanesians did go inside of the Boeing 747, they would be amazed, but they wouldn't understand much. And I think that's the kind of expectation that we should all have. And there will be things that will reflect what we've seen before. Everything that we built, that the zones have been, were inspired by something. And this one piece we'll see tomorrow night at pre-compression, but it's called the Artellect. And so this is where I'm going to leave you. These are the 3 zones of Zonotopia in 2011. And I just want to thank you all for your time and attention, and I'll leave you with the greeting of Zonotopia, Zom Mane Padme Zom.